I'm Tobin with Illinois Ballot Integrity Project, and we are asking you to protect your vote in the upcoming election. We are concerned that some people want to suppress voter turnout, and you need to plan ahead to protect your right to vote. Your first defense to protecting your vote is to check your voter registration status before the election, right now if possible. And you can do that at www.elections.illinois.gov. As regards voting, there are 4 options. You can vote on an absentee ballot, you can grace register and vote, vote early, or the most secure method, voting on election day with a paper ballot. Remember, voting on paper is safer. No matter when you vote, you make sure that you have 2 forms of ID with you. When you check your registration and you don't find it, or you're listed as inactive, all is not lost. You can still register to vote. You can do grace registration and voting at your election headquarters with 2 forms of ID. And most important, ask for a paper ballot rather than voting on a touchscreen. You can also vote early, and voting early is at your local library or municipal office. And if you vote early at your local election office, you can vote on a paper ballot. And early voting is available from October 22nd through Saturday, November 3rd. Early voters must have a photo ID to be eligible to vote. So who can do grace registration and voting? If you have been a resident of the jurisdiction for 30 days before the election, you may grace register and vote at your election authority headquarters. During the election in Illinois, a group of people may be challenging voters at the polls to prove their eligibility to vote. So here's what you can do to protect your vote and be prepared. First, bring 2 forms of ID that show your name, and one must have your current address. You don't need a photo ID except for early voting. Any of the IDs that you can use: a driver's license, a state ID, a letter from the government, utility bill, bank statement, paycheck, passport, college ID. So, what happens if you get challenged? The challenger can be the election judge, a poll watcher, or a registered voter. But the challenger needs to provide the basis for the challenge. The challenger needs to provide 1 or more specific reasons why the voter is not entitled to cast a ballot. And a majority of the election judges must vote to disqualify the voter from casting a ballot. This is important. So what do you do if you are the one of those people who are challenged? First, ask the basis for the challenge. The challenger must give a reason. Second, challenge the challenger. This is your right. You can also ask the judges to verify that the challenger is eligible to make a challenge. Challenges can only be made by election judges, poll watchers, and registered voters. Poll watchers and voters who make a challenge can only direct their objection to the election judges and not to the voter, so don't get involved with the challenger. It is your right to ask the judge for the name of the challenger and where they live. If the challenger is a poll watcher, you can ask to see their poll watcher credentials. You can write down their name and the organization they represent. Then the majority of the election judges vote to either allow you to vote a full ballot, or they may offer you a provisional ballot. A provisional ballot is your last resort in having your vote counted. And if you can't find your ID on election day, you still have 48 hours to fax your ID to the election authority. And finally, you should call the election office to determine if your vote was counted. All of this may seem quite a bit just to secure your vote, but wouldn't you rather know that your rights are protected and that your vote will be counted? If you did get challenged, please call 1-866-OUR-VOTE, which is a national organization that monitors elections, and let them know about your voting experience. Let us know too. You can blog the vote at ballot-integrity.org. Again, ballot-integrity.org. In the right-hand column, click on Hot Sheet. Write about your experience. Who challenged and why? When did it happen? What actions did any of the election judges take? And the location of the poll. Your story may be one of many, and it will help paint a better picture of our election landscape. Your right to vote is worth protecting. Please visit our website, ballot-integrity.org, for more information. Thank you for protecting your vote.